I'm going to dive deep into the mystery of midnight and see if there's really a dark secret lurking at your doorstep. Midnight, the witching hour, a time when the clock strikes 12, and the world takes on a whole new persona. It's a time often associated with mystery, fear, and the unknown. There's something eerie about the darkness, the silence, and the feeling that anything can happen when the clock strikes midnight. But what really goes on in those hours of darkness? Are there dark secrets lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce? You see, midnight has a way of playing on our deepest fears. It's a time when our imagination runs wild, and our fears take center stage. It's no wonder that some of the most heinous crimes take place under the cover of darkness. From burglars sneaking into homes to violent attacks on unsuspecting victims, midnight has earned a reputation as a time of danger and uncertainty. And then there are the urban legends, the stories of ghostly apparitions, haunted houses, and supernatural occurrences that seem to come alive when the clock strikes 12. But what's really behind this sinister reputation? Is it just our imagination playing tricks on us, or is there something more sinister at play? The truth is, midnight has a way of amplifying our fears, making us more paranoid, and more susceptible to the unknown. It's a time when our rational thinking takes a backseat, and our emotions take over. And that's exactly what makes it the perfect breeding ground for urban legends and myths to thrive. Take, for example, the legend of the Midnight Man. A figure in a black hooded cloak, said to appear at your doorstep at exactly 12 a.m., with a message from the other side. It's a story that has been passed down for generations, with some claiming to have seen him with their own eyes. But is it just a myth, or is there some truth to it? Whatever the case, it's stories like these that add to the mystique of midnight, making it a time of wonder, and a time of fear. In many cultures, midnight is also seen as a time of transition, a time when the living and the dead come face to face. It's a time when the veil between the two worlds is at its thinnest, and communication with the other side is possible. It's no wonder that many people claim to have experienced paranormal activity during this time. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained noises, midnight seems to bring out the supernatural in all its forms. But what about the people who have lived through the horrors of midnight? What about the victims of crime, the survivors of paranormal experiences, and those who have witnessed the unexplained? Their stories are a testament to the darker side of midnight, a side that's often hidden from the prying eyes of the public. It's a side that's shrouded in mystery, and one that we'll explore further in this video. One of the most famous cases of midnight terror is the Midnight Murderer, a serial killer who struck at exactly 12 a.m., leaving a trail of blood and terror in his wake. The case remains unsolved to this day, with many speculating that the killer was possessed by some sort of supernatural entity. But what's really behind this case, and is it just a coincidence that the murders took place at midnight? Research has also shown that our brains are wired to respond differently to fear at midnight. The lack of light, the silence, and the feeling of isolation all contribute to a heightened sense of fear and anxiety. It's no wonder that many people experience their worst nightmares during this time. But what about those who have pushed the boundaries of fear, and have come face to face with the unknown? What have they learned from their experiences, and what can we learn from them? One expert in the field of paranormal activity, Dr. Emily Wilson, has dedicated her life to studying the supernatural. According to her, midnight is a time when the rules of reality are bent, and the impossible becomes possible. It's a time when the fabric of our reality is at its weakest, and other dimensions can seep in. But what does this mean for us, and what are the implications of this phenomenon? Perhaps one of the most shocking stories to illustrate the theme is that of the midnight darkness. A small town in rural America, where for one night every year, the town is plunged into complete darkness. No lights, no electricity, no sound. It's a night of pure terror, where the residents are left to fend for themselves against the unknown. But what's behind this phenomenon, and what secrets does it hold? As we've seen, midnight is a time of mystery, fear, and the unknown. It's a time when our imagination runs wild, and our fears take center stage. But it's also a time of transition, a time when the living and the dead come face to face. Whatever the case, one thing is certain, midnight brings a dark secret to our doorstep, a secret that's waiting to be uncovered. In this video, we've explored the darker side of midnight, and the secrets it holds. From urban legends to real-life incidents, we've seen the many facets of this mysterious time. So, the next time the clock strikes 12, remember, you're not alone. There's something lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce. Thanks for watching, and if you've had any experiences with the supernatural at midnight, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our other videos on similar themes, and we'll catch you in the next one.